Okay, let's see.
Well, comp doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter that much in this elo.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so here we go. Coaching a support player in Plat 4. Are you ready to do this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I should... Actually, no. It'll work, okay. So here we go. You're the blue side team and you're fresh, and you're against the red side team. Okay, so your comp is a fresh, Draven, Lee, Zed, and Riven. Against their Skarner, Morgana, Tristana, Ilaoi, and Echo. And yeah, as you said, your comp is not the best. Your comp is pretty fucking weird and bad. And you're like full AD, which kinda sucks.
Come on, we have a Nidalee.
Yeah, but still, you won't do that much in late game against their tanks.
True.
But yeah, like, the thing in this game is like, your game is purely based off that you need a snowball. Like, if you don't snowball with that team, you're gonna get fucked, because their tanks will just build full armor and just shit on you. Their team is like, they want Tristan to get ahead and just stay into their late game and they will win by default, because their team is way better in team comp.
True.
So yeah, what you need to do is like, in this game, shut down Tristana. And just try to play around getting Draven ahead, I think. And maybe get Zed ahead too. Oh well, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, let go. We're playing. We can move around the fucking characters.
I just locked down on me.
Yeah, you can do it, it's fine. I'm just moving around in the scoreboard thingy. Yeah, I'll follow you then. So there's not really much to coach, as it is in the first few minutes, so it's just nothing really happening. You have a nice skin at least, so you get plus points for that.
I have all the skins.
Yeah. So they're fucking amazing, man.
It is.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's like you seem to be just doing normal pull here, and that's honestly fine, because then Lily will be pretty far ahead in the jungling, and she can clear really fast. What you actually also can do is ask if your Nidalee can start on top side, so you and your bot lane partner can take the Gromp, because then you get level 2 faster.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice
true,
for the laning phase.
It's not really that much faster.
It's not, well, for you it's the same. For your ADC it will be a bit faster, but doesn't matter. It's more about how you play around it that matters, honestly, so...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so this lane should be like... You have really nice power, actually both in level 1, if you can dodge the potential binding. And you have a really great level 2 if she doesn't go the black shield.
Most Morganas doesn't go black shield level 2.
Yeah. What I see already though is that you haven't skilled anything yet.
Nope.
And what you actually could do is that when the timer hits 125, you can skill your E. Because then you scale up and get some extra auto attack damage for the golem, and then you can take it and help a bit faster.
True.
They won't really invade, and even if they do invade, the play is really good against invades. So you can, if nothing has happened, you can take the flay at 125.
Yeah, but if they come in like 130 and someone get binded, then it's nice with the lantern.
Yeah, it's true. Still, it's more like they really fuck up. So I take every game, I go for the flay at 125, if nothing has happened before that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So what you kinda did here in the laning phase is that you didn't go too hard for a level 2. I mean, your lane is pretty really nice up, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll return to the point.
But this Draven was dropping his axes and all that stuff.
It was still a good trade. But yeah, you should have gone a bit more for the level 2, because your level 2 power spike is so insanely strong.
Yeah, but we were pushed in.
Yeah, I know, but you should have gone more for it before that, that's what I mean. I hit minions even more to try to get level 2 before them. Because if you get level 2 before him, it's so fucking good.
She jumps so late there. Try to get her
Yeah.
in the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the main point right now is to make sure to help your AC push for level 2, because it's such a good lane advantage.
That was...
Yeah, that was a misstep. Hear that.
And the Draven kinda uses heals so late, so that kinda pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, you
Because
did.
Tristana still had jump on cooldown, so if he
Yeah.
healed earlier, I would have the speed to get out.
Yeah. We can actually pause there and go back a bit. Oh, is someone calling?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. We'll go back a bit, I think. Let's see where I want to go back. Trying to find the fucking timer when you went in there. Wait, you're dead already. Fuck, it's so hard to time this shit, man. Holy shit.
Just leave me alone. People are calling.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's go to we can go back to say like 1:30. Tell me when you're there.
1:30?
I'll go a bit around it again. Okay, see. Almost there, kind of 3:30. I mean 3:30, not 1:30. I'm fucking retarded.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah. So you see that you're already on like 250 HP.
I was kinda low, but
Yeah.
Draven got caught out, so I thought you could turn it around.
Yeah. Well.
I just turned it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like the fog is still good, but when you have like 250 HP against an ignite, like the heal doesn't really do much, even if you get caught. And what you really need to, like, even if you hit every single spell, I still think you're dead here, because Morgana herself still has pretty good kill potential with the ignite against your exhaust. So we can play from 3:30 now.
Yeah.
You see, you kind of go in when Draven was snared and he can't follow you. There's like one misstep and they can like really do that to you.
True.
Yeah, so I even think if Draven did a great heal, I think he would have died all the same there. So like it's those few missteps, like when you're that low HP, that will really screw you up in lane. So it's like if you can avoid those missteps, then you will be given much less advantage to your enemy laners, and that's really good for you.
Yeah.
So okay, see you bought pink ward, which is pretty good. What you do right now, I can't see your chat, but what you should instantly do right now is tell your jungler that they have no summoner spot lane.
Yeah, that I did. I was
That's good. Yeah,
I
and
was
then
right when
yeah,
they're using sims.
yeah. So a good thing to do is like say that they have no summers and put a pink ward in Tribush.
Yeah.
That will probably make jungler more willing to gank your lane when they have no summers and you have a pink ward.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. See, just taking CS here, yeah. First third duo is going to ramp. But you can't see it, so you're assuming to B. What you should actually do now is help your Draven push. Yeah, you're going back to push, yeah. Help
Yeah,
them
just
push down the lane here, so to punish their duo for going back so late. So you should have stayed and pushed here with the Draven. Because
I want to get some vision.
yeah, I know you want to get vision, but kind of what you do is that you push faster with the Draven, and then their duo will be denied some XP and gold, which is really good for you in the lane. So like the whole way that you have here would be at their tower almost by now if you would have pushed with Draven earlier. That would have made sure that Tristana, who's not even in lane yet, would have missed a lot of XP. And when you push into the tower, then you can roam. Like if you push it into the tower now, you can roam up for the Vision at Dragon now. Because you don't really need a Vision when their duo is gone just yet, you know?
Yeah.
And also
true.
they can't see where you're going. So you always had a threat, like when you're roaming, when they have no Vision on you, then maybe you're mid, maybe you're deporting their jungle, they won't know. So taking advantage of when they don't know where you are is really good too.
But that also kind of sad that this Draven is only farming with 1 axe. So if you start fighting and he got axe on cooldown, he drops his axes, then
Yeah,
we can't really do much.
Yeah, it's still good on him, but still the best is try like play around your flaws in your teammates. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah. You can actually try to find a bit more auto attacks on Morgana, because you're basically the same range, but you out damage her really hard on auto attacks. Like,
Yeah,
especially when
but-
her binding is down, you should really try to look on the auto attacks on Morgana. Because she can't outrate you in any way when her binding
Yeah,
is
but I
down.
was kind of scared because I just don't know how the BF and we had a longsword.
Yeah.
If
So
they just turn it around, it's...
yeah, it's kind of hard to do it well. Was pretty good exhaust. Later into the tower. But yeah, like if you can avoid trading from Tristana, as you also trade on Morgana, that's really good for you in lane. Because you can do so much damage. Do so much damage on her via auto attacks. Yeah, you have 2 points in play too. I would prefer that as well early on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to defend when you can push in to that hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, to see like that they actually got ahead from your misstep earlier means that I can easily take out your pink ward.
True.
You can stand her out, yeah. Good play. So yeah, like even the smallest missteps can really screw up your lane a lot, because now you got your pink ward denied too. But it seems fine because Nino is still putting a new one.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to buy pinks all the time, but
Yeah,
they are important.
they really are important. You see,
Jayan was so slow with taking that.
it's still fine though. You should
Yeah, that happened. And then it was just fuck.
get level 6. Actually, we can go back to like 7:45, I think. 7:50. Let's go to 7:50 again. Let's watch that one again. Okay, so have we passed 7:50?
Yes.
Okay, so kind of thing that you have is that you don't really have an exhaust, whereas the Tristana also have heal. Well, the Raven has heal too, but they still have the advantage. So even if it looks like you have a really good shot at killing them here, it's still not that good, because the Draven doesn't really have mana for an E or something. He only has his auto attacks from here on. So yeah, I can play again. So I see that it seems like a really good opportunity, but still they have the heal. Like immediately when she jumped away from there, you should have just backed off and not gone for the Tristana. Because because she jumped away and you can get her with the hook. If you would have gotten her with the hook, it would have been a kill 100%. But since you didn't get her with the hook, you should have just backed off, because they also have a minion advantage, which deals a lot of damage. So they had the item advantage and the minion advantage, and didn't get Tristana with the hook. So we should have just backed off there and tried to kill Morgana, perhaps. Yeah, you should have just backed off after that. So yeah, when Raven is dead, then you're of course dead too, and Morgana with the level 6. So just like the play would have worked if everything was done 100% correctly, but it's still a really risky play to do. So I don't know if it was the best thing to do. It's
Gotta believe in my Draven.
yeah, of course it was a bit slow, but like the play would have worked if you hit everything. But since you didn't hit everything, you should have just gone and backed off, because it was still fairly well, getting her heal and so on. Okay, we can go to 8:30 and play from there on again.
8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of sad too, because Draven knocked him away from my grab.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's still like every time you want to do an all-in, just remember that you should just be careful a bit and just know that if you really need to hit everything, then perhaps you can take the fight. But still, they had an item advantage and minion advantage. It was still a bit risky, but if you would have done it correctly, then it could have worked. But just keep remembering to keep focusing on what can go wrong with the plays. Yeah, we can play now.
Yeah, not true.
Yeah, let's see. We're going back to lane. Okay, body target square. It's not too bad actually, because you kinda need to stay in the lane, and the pink ward should do enough because you're pushed in.
Yeah, but I kind of take it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
So I just keep buying them.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it goes. Like, you should almost try to get a pink every time you back, because you can almost always push a pink.
Yeah, that I do.
Yeah. just went through there.
Right
Should be
there.
okay.
It was so sad. I just knocked him out of my grab.
Yeah.
So I almost got away. And Draven had to flash.
Yeah. I think it's almost worth for you in this scenario to try to wait with your hook, because even though he shouldn't use his E too early before you hook, because your hook is more important, I think it's also good to try to adapt to what your teammate is doing. Like he uses E really fast, so I think the best is to just try to adapt to what he's doing.
Yeah, but I kinda grabbed at the same time.
Yeah, I know, but I think you should always try to wait for his E before you go for the hook from here on out, because he's just doing the E pretty stupidly and early. Yeah, you should just didn't really do much now when they have level 6 and you don't. So yeah, like, try to just play the safe lane. And yeah, you can't really, you can't contest the wards too much either.
It's not much of a lane anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, which you should just, as you do right now, concede a pink ward, because you can't really contest it. Like, you can only contest it when you're level 6 and you can get a full combo on Tristana. If even then.
I was just happy with getting that one ward.
Let's see. That works just fine, actually. Let's see. That wasn't too bad, actually. It was a fairly good trade.
I saw that she kinda wanted to go in with full
Yeah.
combo, so I just got her away.
Yeah, and you saved your exhaust too. You should always keep on saving your exhaust for when she kind of jumps in, like right now. Wait, you can pause. Unlucky, I got ganked by Grandma. Oh well, so yeah, you saved the exhaust for when she went in, as you should have. You can play from here again. Yes, now you just really want to care. Because I know it's really tempting that Tristan is so low, but yeah, yes, as you do right now, just back off. It's not worth risking anything.
It's like one binding or if we stand, that's pretty weird. That
Yeah.
can't get close to that.
Yeah, and like Tristan auto attack too, and she gets a kill and resets, and it's a double kill, so it was the correct move to back off too.
It's quite nice. We traded good and we got away, so it's decent.
Yeah, we can stop at 11:25. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, the laning phase is kind of done right now. So what I've taken from the laning phase right now is a few pointers to give you. Is that like at level 1, when you went in the lane, you like the lane kind of snowballed for them, you know, in many small things. Like the things that kind of stick out for me is that like at level 1, you should have gone more for the level 2 advantage against them. I mean, I know they have a really good pushing lane with Tristana and Morgana, which is really hard to push against. But it doesn't really hurt you if you go for the level 2 advantage. Like if they can give you the level 2 advantage, or if you can take it really easily, then just take it. And if you can see that they will get level 2 before you, then you can just back off. So nothing is worse than that. Like just back off and it's fine. It's always worth trying to find the level 2 advantage, because it's really strong in the fresh Morgana matchup. Because Morgana has like either binding or the pool at level 1. She never goes black shield. And if you as fresh have a level 2 advantage over Morgana, who's a really squishy support, you'll just shit on her in lane. And same with Tristana. Tristana is also really weak at level 1. So if both you and Draven get level 2 advantage in lane, I think you can just all in them really easily in lane.
Yeah.
So that's like the first pointer I have so far in the laning phase. That you should have gone more for the level 2. Like if they do it correct, I don't think you would get level 2 before them, but it doesn't hurt to try.
That's true.
Yeah, do you know when you get level 2 in lane? Like when, at which minion?
9, isn't it?
Yeah, the 9. So it's the first wave and then the first 3 melee minions.
Yeah.
When you've killed those, then you have level 2. So what you want to do is like kind of even push the first lane, the first wave of minions. And then in the second wave of minions, then you want to try to really hard push that without using Flay, because your Flay is really good for an all-in at level 2. So you want to go really hard the second wave to get that level 2. But if you see really easily that they will get level 2 before you, then you just back off, because then if they get level 2 advantage, then you really don't want them to go for an all-in on you, because that would be really, really bad for you. Like, even if they don't kill you, they will have a really good lane advantage if they all-in you at level 2 and you're just level 1. So
Yeah.
always go for the level 2 advantage if you can, but be also ready to concede it instantly, as you know, if you know that they will get level 2 before you. After
makes
that,
sense.
yeah. And the only thing other than that was like, just care for the risky plays. Like, you can do plays and get back into the lane, but you really need to know that you need to hit everything right, and then I think you can get back into the lane. Like,
Yeah.
when you made a play on Tristana, it could have actually worked, but like everything need to be just right, kind of.
It was unlucky.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky, so yeah, that's why you really need to be careful when you get behind the lane, because if you go for a play, it has to work. Otherwise, you should never go for a play if you know that you 100% can't do it. Oh yeah, all right. Also, the misstep you did. Even though Drain was kind of slow, both the heal and going forward, it's still like this little one misstep on 250 HP. Like a Morgana, Tristana come with Ignite, and Raven heal can't even save you. So
Yeah, it was a bit greedy, but
yeah, I think that was the kind of thing that lost the lane the most. Even though both you and Miss Drain kind of misplayed it. But still, like, if you never give them the opportunity to kill you that with that one misstep, then I think the lane would have been much easier for you. So that's kind of my point to you. Like, avoid those little missteps with small HP, because they will take advantage of that. Like, the higher heal you get, the more they will punish you for that little misstep. So
yeah, true.
so if you avoid those small missteps, I think that you'll concede way less in lane, and then like you would have way more control of the pink wards and laning phase, and not be as pushed in as you are in this lane. So that's my 3-pointer so far in laning phase. Do you feel like you kind of understood them?
Yeah, they totally make sense.
Yeah. Okay. So is there
That's
anything
true.
more in the laning phase you want to know about, or do you want to go on?
I kind of just wanna go on.
Yeah, you can ask me later if you get any more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll play in 3, 2, 1. So the lane phase is kind of done right now, so what duelists usually can do right now is rotate top to take the tower. But I don't know if these people are smart enough to do it, so yeah, you just want to try to get a lot of farm right now on Draven when they took the tower.
Yeah, we are kind of 10 miles behind them.
Let's see, and at least hopefully not taking the minions. No, she's not good. Yeah, their do is still going back to lane, which they shouldn't do. Their do should go top lane right now, honestly.
I would just go mid and push.
They should go top lane, actually. Like, if top lane is so easy to push because they almost have no wave clear there, you know. Like, if they do go top lane right now, they'll just shit on Riven really hard.
Most people
Yeah.
in bottom just rotate mid if they snowball the lane.
And they can rotate mid too, but still it works real well to rotate top. It's usually the safest option, because you can easily swap the top and duo. But yeah, you Roman got some quick wards up, which works fine, as Draven got some solo XP. Our level 6 you aren't really as dependent on experience, so that's fine. You can leave him for some solo XP. But yeah. As I see their do is like you don't need to be with Draven right now. You have pretty
I
good
know,
vision.
but I didn't really fight because I'm super weak,
Yeah.
far behind.
Like the best, like right now, you should have tried to be in mid with your mid lane right now to defend against that push. Because if you did, they can't really push at the same, you know.
True.
Like they can't really dive you in mid, and they can't really like free hit the tower. But when you're like 4 against 2 in mid, kinda, then they really just shit on you. Yes, you're like 30 seconds too late to mid tower here. And then yeah, they'll just take advantage of that push down. They'll just do it. Yeah, in this game it was kind of fine to rotate mid because you have a set and has like no wave clear early on.
What? Så jo de som økler. If you
Yeah.
just go the right items.
He does have wave clear, but still not as strong. Holy shit, we're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Well, still, Zed has like his offensive tools needs to be used as wave clear, then he has no defensive stuff left, so it's still a really easy dive and catch if he uses his stuff as wave clear. So why not you can pretty well easily push against him. But yeah, like when you already have vision, so I think you could have just left Straven to solo, farm the lane there, and rotate mid to defend. You could have actually held the tower then, I think. Yeah, this is a bit jaw. Fine. This tower is kind of hard to defend though, so you should always be ready to concede it.
Oh, I didn't see that attack coming. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Went on him.
It's fine, it's hard to see him. It's way easier to see him in spectate, of course.
Yeah,
that-
true.
Yeah, the tower is really hard to defend actually, so you should always be ready to concede it. It's really risky. Nice hook,
I missed my flag as he jumped.
it's fine. There's a lot of free kill on this guy too. Or not. That as a killer yet, it's a pretty good catch. Though, holy shit, was that jump? Oh well. Yeah, Draven kind of fucked that up, but it's still fine. So yeah, right now you just want to push down bot lane really hard with the Zed, although Zed doesn't do that. You should probably try to ping the Zed to get the lane farm there, just to deny them XP at the tower. Because you like now your lane. Now your bot lane wave will kind of stack up to the tower there, so they will have a lot of free farm just because of that. So you and the Zed should probably try to push there, just to deny them the XP.
Yeah.
Whereas Nida should have pushed mid. But yeah, at least you go for some ward, I think, there, yeah. There's nothing real much to do, you can't really take an objective bot side. Perhaps you could have tried to go for the tower as free, but still pretty risky and slow for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd use... Like, there's like no stuff to get bot side now, so it doesn't really make sense to do too much there.
Yeah,
so
they're quite far behind, so you can't really fight if they come and you just die.
So like, see, the next objective is the dragon, and
Yeah.
you should be honestly you should be ready to just give it away, but you should take it if it's free. If you're free dragon, so you should be ready to be around it at this point, but just be careful to not take any fights for it because you will lose a fight 100% right now.
Yeah, but god, that Morgana was so annoying.
Yeah.
She just takes all my damn wards all the time.
Yeah. So right now, kinda, you could actually have been top lane right now and try to help the Riven because their only objective to take right now is the top side. Tower. But yeah, you can, like, you either need to take a fight for Dragon here, or you need to...
I was kinda hoping that the set would follow, because he got a lot of power.
Honestly, it's not wrong at all to kind of take a 4-3 fight, but it's kind of risky too. Like, you can pause at 17-10. There we go. Well, Draven is gonna die, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah,
he's fucking gone. But yeah, like the things here that could have been done is like they had 2 people top, you had 1 top, so you were like 3 to 4 advantage down here, so your team should have kind of gone for the fight there. Like there was 2 things to do here. Either you try, like your whole team try to defend the top tower against the Tristan and Ilaoi, or you go for a dragon fight in their 2 top lanes. And yeah, your team wasn't kind of ready to do that, which kind of sucks. And you can't really control everything like that. I guess what you could have kind of controlled more is maybe like have a bit more vision around, and maybe hit your engage a little bit better. It could have maybe made a bit of a difference here, but I don't know. It's still a really risky fight because they're ahead, so they can still win a 3v4 fight, which kind of sucks. But it's still, you don't just want to slowly die out. So I think it's still right to go for the 4v3 fight as you did here. Just perhaps maybe execute the engage in some or so a bit better. Like maybe get a bit better play and ping that you're engaging. Maybe it would have made a difference for you. It's kind of hard to know in the elo, but like from this fight here, like I think it's the right call to go for the fight. So I don't think I don't question that one. Just maybe execute, engage, and ping a bit more forward would have been the best you could do here. But it's still not that bad.
I had like two people behind me and said it was like right next to me though. Thought they were gonna come with me, but no.
I mean, Zed could have gone hard for that too. Like, I'm pretty sure he couldn't like pop the Morgana really fast.
Yeah, and he could deal a lot of damage to Skarner too,
Yeah,
with that extra shadow.
I'm pretty sure he could have fucked up all of them really. But yeah, like the only thing I can take out for you here is like maybe a bit better execute and maybe alert your team a bit more for the engage. I don't know how much you ping. It's kind of hard to see in a spectate mode. But yeah, like try to alert them more and go for execute more. That's what you could have done better here. But it's still really, I think it's the right call to do because you're behind. You need to get something. You don't want to slowly die out.
Yeah.
Okay, we can keep going. Yeah, the most important thing for you right now is to just defend your towers that you have right now, because you won't get that dragon. I don't think you can get Baron either when it's up, so you just want to defend your mid tower and top tower. Your whole team has kind of failed to defend the towers. I feel like the bot tower there, your team should have been with you there. So that's your team's mistake. And I mean, the first mid tower, I think you should have been there to defend too. So that's like the tower that you should have defended. The bot tower wasn't your fault, but the mid tower would have helped a lot if you were there like 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you should try to focus all of your vision now defensively. Like have your vision, you see around the Wraiths, right? Where they have a normal ward.
Yeah.
I think you should try to have a ward there and just outside of red buff. That's two pretty good defensively wards, like where you are right now. Where you and Draven were right now. It's kind of where you want one ward. Was a bit jaw. Yeah, I think you should just try to back up there.
It was a long grab.
Yeah, it was. It is pretty risky too. Oh, well, you didn't get anything.
I bet they didn't have that much people around, so...
Yeah, they didn't have, but if their Skarner would have been there, I think they could really shit on you. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, I don't think he knew where he was. Oh well.
Just trying to get something.
Yeah. You just try to back off and like shield your towers more and try to find picks around your towers if you can. But it's hard to find picks against Morgana in late game. That's like what you can do right now.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, have the ward on blue buff there and have a ward around, kinda. Let's see. She's going, hold on. She's dead.
Yeah, the Driven, I didn't really understand where she went, so
Bad thing, oh well. But you got him, it's fine. Got something out of that. Now you should just really back up and defend your towers after this kill. Yeah,
this was... I was like super low, so I was like super scared. But it's actually hilarious.
Should maybe try to come back a bit earlier, maybe?
Look at this key.
Yeah, it's pretty troll. Well, you even aced them all. Well, you're still really far behind in towers. It doesn't really matter if you're closing kills, right?
You're like 6k behind, it's a lot.
Yeah, we can pause at 2010 too. Gonna give a few points when you're playing from behind. Yeah, like you're at 2010, right?
I'm one. What?
At 2010, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, what was I gonna say? Right. Like the first thing you kind of want to do when you're playing from behind is try to concede as little as you can. Like you can concede the dragons and so on because they don't really give them gold to snowball upon. So those are way more easier to give up, and also some really hard defended towers. But what you want to do when you're behind is try to concede as little towers as you can, because right now you see that you're really equal in kills, right? Because they snowball on towers, it doesn't really matter if you get like an ace on them right now, because you can't really push and they're so far ahead in towers. It's like they're 5-0 in towers, and their main lead is actually through the towers that they have, and a bit farming too, but yes, mainly towers, and that it really makes a big difference to take objectives. So what people kind of fail to to realize, especially the lower reel you go, is how important the objectives are.
Mm.
So yeah, the main point that I kind of have to use like look way more how to defend your towers and objectives as you can. For example, the mid tower there, I think you could defend that one because if you can defend that one, it's extremely hard for the enemy to snowball in towers. Because if you can hold the mid towers, then they can't really have control of your jungle. Like if you have the first mid tower, they can't really go. They can't really go just freely to your wraith or something. You still have that mid tower to hold on to, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of what you want to do. Like keep as many towers as you can and try to defend them. Like always try to look to rotate and defend your towers, because at that time when you're playing from behind, you shouldn't really do too many proactive plays because it's really hard to make plays from behind. The best thing is to just play reactively to what your enemy team is doing, and try to rotate to those towers that they want to take down. Like if they want to go for mid tower, like you see them roaming instantly, you want to go to the mid tower and try to defend there. Or if they're going to the top tower, you want to roam and defend there. Just try to make sure to defend towers as good as possible, or make sure they really have to blow like all of their resources in order to take your towers, right? Because they got like I think they got like 3 towers for free in this game. I think if you would have done the playing from behind good, I think they would have only had like 2, maximum 3 towers. I think. Like yeah, I would say like they would have like 2 or 3 towers if you would have done the playing from behind. But well, I mean as a team, not only you, of course. Your team didn't really do too well in defending the towers.
We kind of just lost slowly.
Yeah, so it feels like the enemy team is just taking towers for free right now, even though they have a really good team to take towers with the Tristana. I still feel like you and your team could have done way more to defend the towers, especially that mid tower you had there. I think that's your main pointer you had, defending that first mid tower and perhaps the top lane tower too. I think you could have tried to defend those pretty well. You did a good job of defending the bot lane tower. Like that's the time when you should be there to defend. So if you would have the same timing at the mid tower and the top lane tower, I think you could have actually kept those alive. So I think you could have actually had just 2 towers deficit as of now, if you would have gotten that one done correctly. But it's kind of hard to know still, but that's like the main point I can give to you in playing from behind, because you can easily make a comeback in ranked because people fuck up all the time. So always try to look for reactive plays to what your enemy team is doing and try to find like plays around your towers only. That's the only way you can win fights. You won't win fights around Baron or Dragon or something. So always try to find so always try to find like the reactive plays, defend towers and fight towers. That's the way you're getting back into the game, because people will fuck up all the time. I mean, people fucking get caught in my elo too, so it's not really it's pretty universal that people get caught everywhere, so
Yeah, but it's not as much mistakes.
yeah, it's not
and it's harder to come back if you do a mistake.
Yeah, but still, the way to really do it is to, if you're playing from behind, just try to exploit their mistakes as well as you can and defend your objectives. Because I feel like you've done a good job on kind of exploiting their mistakes. I mean, you aced them recently. That's really great. Like if you would have if you would have defended properly, I think you would have made a comeback off of that ace, right?
Probably.
Yeah, you see, like, they fucked up, you fucking aced them. Like, you are from behind with 6, 7k gold, and you fucking aced them. That's fucking great. I mean, that's what you make comebacks off. But you're so far behind in the tower gold, so you can't really make a comeback
We
anyway.
are pushed in, so you can't really get much. We can't do Baron, because then we will just
Yeah,
start dying.
yeah, that's exactly what I mean. So yeah, like you're still good enough. Like they fuck up so bad that you can get an ace. Like that's fucking great. But you're still too far behind in towers, so you can't really do anything anyway. So I feel like if you would have defended the towers in this game, you could have actually made a comeback here. Not even kidding. Like it seems real plausible for you to make a comeback from that ace. But you're too behind in towers, so that's the real main pointer I have to give you here. Like defend the objectives as good as you can, because people will fuck up, and I think you would have made a comeback from that ace if you had the towers up.
Probably.
Yeah, and like the last point I have to give right now is you see the ward that you have blue off right now?
The Sightstone?
Yeah, the System ward, where
Yeah.
Skarner and Raven is lying dead and Riven. Yeah, like what you also want to do when you're playing from behind, like at this point, you want to have like a line of vision, you know, a really defensive line of vision that they have to walk through in order to get to your towers and your area, kinda. Because this is where they will play from now on. You don't really need a deep ward because you have a ward. Let's see. You see around Dragon, like above Dragon and Skull Crab.
Yes.
You have like a ward there, and that ward doesn't really do too much for you right now.
Yeah, but that's after I went for Redeem Morgana.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't think that's my ward actually.
yeah, that is your ward, the one there.
It is?
Yeah, Source, then Rough 44.
Okay.
But yeah, like just giving the points out, like that ward doesn't really help you much because once they've walked past it, they have like it's just completely dark in your jungle here. So what you want to do is like try to keep a line of vision, like from your blue buff right now, to the bush, like going if you're going to mid, like that bush you have there behind the wolf camp.
Yeah.
When I ward there, and then around your raves, and then around your red buff. Like that's the four wards you kind of want to have, and as they would give you more defensive line of vision that that the enemies need to walk through in order to get to your base and catch you. Like that's kind of the vision line you want to have right now when you're playing from behind.
Yeah, true.
Because right now they can walk pretty free, like around the red buff, you have no vision whatsoever. If you change it to only blue side vision, you have like no vision there at all. So if you had the vision there, your team can play more around. You can play way more reactively and defend towers even better if you have the vision that you have if you had it at red buff.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so we'll keep on playing out 1, 2, 3. But that's the pointers I have for you around kind of mid game right now and playing from behind.
Yeah.
It's like you won't win nearly all the games that you're playing from behind, but if you try to get better playing from behind, I'm sure that you will win more games than you do right now when doing so. And if you can win like at least a few more games when playing from behind, that's kind of what could make you Plat 3 even.
Yeah, true.
Like it's just like if you can win like one extra game per day just off of something like that, then that is the real difference between you and Plat 3. It isn't like God mechanics from it. It's like the small things kind of add up and make you even a better player. That's how it always will be. And the small things will make a really huge difference for you.
Yeah, true.
So it's always trying to think about the small things that will get you good.
That is low damage.
Yeah, it's just pretty good. So you at all costs, you just avoid fighting Ilaoi.
That was so much damage, holy shit.
Yeah, like that gem is pretty bullshit to be honest. So her damage is insane, but it's hard to get off her damage. So you should just avoid playing, just play around Ilaoi if you can.
Yeah, I played Darius top a few times, and if I play against Ilaoi, I just get destroyed there.
Well, you didn't get too much out of that, but always try to be afraid of the potential ult from Skarner because it's so good.
Yeah, I tried to get him in to take some tower damage, but the Draven was scared of him, so he just knocked him away.
Yeah, you should just try to back off her because you're so low. But like here, you should just avoid fighting at all. But Riven is not so smart. Oh well. Yeah, like immediately go back here and heal, and then try to defend the tower again. That's what you want to do here.
Just give it, but I can't really fight
I know.
it.
Yeah, like you should just go back and try to defend the inhibitor instead. And see you heal up. Pretty nice time. Well, they didn't get an inhibit, please, but yeah. If your team would have been able to back off instantly after that fight, then maybe, just maybe, you could have actually defended the inhibit tower.
Yeah.
It's all about how you can actually defend your objectives that really controls how you will do when playing from behind. If you can defend your objectives and towers really well, then it's way easier to make the comeback.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really important to never try to lose an inhibitor.
I just tried to get her away from my team.
There at least. Your team kind of overstayed that.
Yeah.
well, all thing you could have possibly done is maybe stay a bit closer to be ready with the lantern, but it's still like it's still their overstep. It doesn't really hurt either to kind of make up for their mistakes, you know. So maybe you could have tried to stay a bit closer, just giving them a lantern possibly, but it's the only thing you probably could have done.
Yeah, I tried to
Yeah.
go and say that said, but he was too far away.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's still their mistake for staying too close, right? But it's still like, if you can make up for their mistakes, it doesn't really hurt your chance of winning. It really helps you a lot, so...
True.
Yeah, this is pretty y'all of you there, yeah.
Yeah, that was my goal.
Yeah, that's also kind of what happens when you don't really have that line of vision, you know, like, fully set up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had no vision there, like, you don't need vision further up than where Skarner is right now. Like, you don't really need that further up, so you should have just chilled, I think. You had fine vision there.
I didn't expect that surprise party though.
Yeah, but so like, you really need to be aware of that they will actually give you a surprise party.
Yeah, I kinda die a lot of surprise parties.
Yeah, that's one thing you should try to fix then, like, always try to look at the minimap and see, like, are they there? And if they aren't there, just don't go for the war. Like, if you know that they are, if you don't know where they are, just be really fucking careful.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, the thing was that I don't think you even needed the ward there, because you had pretty good vision as it was already. You had like a pink ward in both those bushes. So I feel like you didn't actually need to go for the ward. You just chilled, I think, and just waited a bit further.
Yeah.
They have a free Baron too.
Yeah, well, we can't
Yeah.
really fight them.
I know. But yeah, the thing was like, because you got caught, then they had a free inhibitor, and then they had kind of a free Baron too. Like, that thing kind of snowballs up. Like, it's the small mistakes that will really lose you the game, or win you the game. Like, if you can avoid that mistake, it's really good for you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you would have lost the game all the same, so I'm not saying that it kind of lost you the game. But if it's like a game where it's way closer, you know? Like, when maybe both teams have exposed inhibitors, then that mistake could maybe lose you the game. Like, getting caught out when warding, when you don't really need to get caught out and ward, you know?
Yeah.
So here it kind of got them inhibitor and a tower. No, inhibitor and Baron.
Yeah.
Here it didn't really matter for you, but in another game I think it will actually lose you the game if you get caught out like that. So it's really important for you to really avoid that if you can.
Yeah, true. But how we actually won that fight, I have no idea.
It kind of got caught out, and Tristan was purely out of the fight. And Skarner wasn't there, so maybe it wasn't to see. Also, like, you see, like, the thing is, like, they're fucking up so much. They're just behind 2 kills, and it would have been the same if you would have been able to defend the towers.
Yeah.
People fuck up so much, so the problem that you have is not finding exploding their mistakes. It's just reducing, like, your own mistakes with defending towers, you know.
Yeah.
It's more about that than actually, like, killing your enemies for doing something bad, because your team and yourself is exploiting that pretty well. It's just that you really need to avoid, like, those few mistakes where you get caught out and where you lose objectives yourself.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you can look really harshly, and this is really harsh to look, you can actually, you could potentially blame yourself for losing the mid tower and top tower. And also, when you get caught out the inhibitor and Baron, even though they would have gotten them anyway, I think. But if you want to be really harshly, you could actually look at it like that too. Like, maybe you wouldn't have lost them if you would have done it better there.
Well, we will at least have a better chance.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to make something better, right? So, I feel like you should just try to look at yourself more about those things.
Yeah.
That was Raven fucking up, so not much to do about that. Yeah, just keep defending a tower, they can't really do much more.
Yeah.
And here, like, yeah, it's really hard to do anything at all right now because they're Riven is dead and they're happy.
Yeah, and we
so.
don't have any wave clear. And they have Baron, so we don't really have any wave clear at all.
Yeah, here you should just make sure your team avoids dying as much as you can, but it's hard to make sure of that.
Yeah, we are like 2 people.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the problem is that your teammates died here. If they wouldn't have died, I don't think they could have finished here. Yeah, the game is gonna be over here.
I probably could finish because you don't have rifler at all.
Yeah.
Not against Baron minions.
Yeah, your Wakeler's pretty shit actually, but yeah, it's really hard to win here. But the only thing your team could have done better here is not get caught out. Really, they're defending.
True.
That's the only thing they could have done better. Like the faults are mostly what happened earlier in the game, not what happens now.
Yeah, obviously. It's snowballed
Like
from early.
when a game kind of snowballs, then it kind of screws up a lot for you.
It's hard to win those games.
Yeah, the game is over there. There we go. Yeah.
Kind of funny stance victory.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty fun. Victory in coaching, Kappa. Okay, well, we can move on actually. Oh, it got a dark screen. Oh well. So yeah, like, what do you feel like yourself kind of went wrong in that game? Like, I gave you some points. What do you feel like yourself? If you have some more things to say, like if you know anything more.
Well, I kind of just go off and get caught when I'm trying to ward. And apparently it's not really needed.
Yeah, like, yeah, like, the main points I kind of have, yeah, yeah, that too. Like the main points I can give you from the, like, we can go from the start of the game. Like, when it comes to the laning phase, kinda, I feel like, yeah, I should have gone more for the level 2 because I feel like maybe you could have gotten it. I'm not saying that you would have gotten it, but it's still a good mentality to get into your laning phase play. You know, if you can get to level 2, because that can actually win you the laning phase if you abuse the level 2 all in.
Yeah.
So
true.
I feel like in every lane you should always try to get to level 2, but always be ready to concede the level 2 if they get it before you. So that's the first pointer I have. Also, I feel like the misstep that you made, like when you were at 250 HP, it's also...
Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah, like, you didn't lose the lane on not getting level 2. You kinda got your lane snowball that you kinda died from the misstep at 250 HP. And it feels like it's just that little small misstep that like doesn't really matter that much, but it actually kind of does matter that much because maybe if you didn't die there, then maybe you would have gone equal in lane at least, and maybe they wouldn't have taken as many towers. You never know. Maybe they would have taken them anyway. It's kind of hard to know, but it's still like the kind of small misstep kind of made them snowball. And Torsana takes towers really, really, really well. So she can take pretty tower. She can take even more towers if she gets fed from bot lane. So maybe that misstep fucked up the lane and the game a bit.
Yeah, team comps too, I would say.
Yeah, like your team comp was really dependent on snowballing. Your team comp was shit, honestly.
Yeah.
I still feel like you could have won if you would have gotten the lead pretty early. So
True.
it's not wrong to look for plays and fights and kills on bot lane. It's actually the right thing to do, especially when you're playing fresh. But that little misplay that you had there on 150 HP wasn't probably the right time to do it. Kind of.
Yeah, true.
That's kind of how I would label it. Like it was a really good thought, but it was the wrong time to use that thought. So that's my other pointer that I had. What more was it? And yeah, also in laning phase, like being careful for making a play when you're behind, because it was a really good play if it would have been equal. I think it was a really good play then, even if you missed the hook. But when you're doing the play from behind, it needs to be perfect. And sadly, it wasn't perfect because, well, it wasn't the best synergy between you and Draven. And yeah, you didn't. I feel like you could have gone for the play, but once you missed the hook, you should have just really, really backed off. Because then you kind of went a bit further for the sand, and that's when they turned on you. So maybe you could have gone for a play, but then just back up, and it would have been fine too. But always try to remember, like, if I go for a play right now when I'm from behind, like, what do I need to do in order to kill them, and what do I really need to think about? Because they had the item advantage and they had the minion advantage, and it's kind of bigger than you think.
Yeah, and vision too.
Yeah, they had all that, so it like all the small things adds up to be a really big clump of how it ends the fight, you know.
And it's kind of sad in Plat because people doesn't really help with warding a lot. They don't buy pings.
Yeah, they don't. So
place their wards, so you have like 4 wards on the map. It's not enough.
Yeah, a lot of the vision will still be towards on you getting it, so it's always about trying to do as much safe warring as you can, and just it
Yeah,
kind of sucks because you have to play around your teammates not warring too much, but that's the reality, and that's kind of what you need to adapt to, and it sucks, but you have to do it. So
yeah,
still, always try to adapt to what your teammate is fucking up against, because if you can make up for their mistakes, then that's your way to win, kind of.
yeah, true.
And yeah, after the laning phase kind of snowballed, like the points I have done was to keep on defending the towers, right? Because as soon as you
Yeah,
saw that they were missing, like bot lane can only rotate up, so you should instantly rotate it towards mid. I think even if you don't have vision, it's kind of safe to assume that they will rotate upwards. And
yeah,
I feel like in mid, if you would have done it really well, you could have been there like 30 seconds before you were there that time, and maybe that could have saved the tower. Perhaps, perhaps not. It's kind of hard to say, but if you can defend the objective really well, like learn how to rotate and defend and respond to what your enemy is doing, that will give you some comebacks, and that will probably give you at least plat 3, just that. Like, it's all those small things that will really add up to what you're doing. Also with like the vision control, you have if you can keep this line of vision, it doesn't even matter if you're playing from behind or if you're playing from far. Uh, if you're ahead, you can still have this line of vision that they need to walk by in order
yeah,
to get to you. And if you have that vision, you have a really easy catch
yeah, true.
on the enemy team. And the same also goes if you're playing from behind. If you have this line of vision defensively, they need to walk through this vision, but then you can avoid them and respond better to what they're doing on your side of the map. Because you don't really need to respond to how they're rotating on their side of the map. You need to respond to how they're rotating on your side of the map. Like, are they rotating to the bot tower? Are they rotating to the mid tower or top lane? So it's still, if you have this line of vision, and the
Yeah,
same goes if you're ahead and you have this line of vision, like, oh, we're already defending right now. Should we pressure top side? Should we pressure bot side? So it's a lot about getting like these. You need like 3 or 4 wards for that, and that you yourself as a support can fix, right? You can have 3 normal wards and a pink ward. So
yeah,
you as a support can fix that. So if you can do that, then you can more easily read the enemy. And if you can read the enemy, then you can play around how they're playing. That's really a really big advantage for you, and you can always do that, no matter if you're behind or ahead. So that's also a pretty good pointer for you to remember, like how to use the vision, and how the vision will really help you play around objectives, even if it's like defending the objective or if it's like getting an objective. So that's the main point of you in the mid game, like knowing where to put your vision, like have this vision line, and then just using that one to play around objectives. And in this game, it was having defensive vision line, and then also playing defensively around your objectives so they won't get any more. Because, as I said, I honestly think you would have made a comeback if you would have defended those towers, because you were almost equal in kills, and you
yeah,
aced them. Like, acing them when you're behind, that's like the golden thing to happen for you. But they were so ahead in towers and pushed you in so far that you couldn't do anything.
yeah, true.
So I feel like this game would have been won from that ace if you just had the towers left. So
Well, no, we would at least have a better chance.
yeah, exactly. So
Our team comp was garbage, but
yeah,
maybe
your
we
team
could have won it.
yeah, it was possible to win even if your team comp was really really shit. So that's like the fun part. Even if it's shit comp, like you had the potential to win. So
That's platinum.
yeah, it's like it's all these small things really add up. It's like, let's say like if you don't die in laning phase as you did this game, maybe you're plat 3, and if you add on top of that you defend your towers, that's plat 2, and if you add on top of that you have this line of vision, then you're plat 1, and if you can combine all of these and maybe keep on making them plays, there you have diamond. That's kind of how you want to set up your goals. Like maybe try to fix this one thing at a time, and then can see that those small things will really make and add up to leading to what elo you truly belong in.
Yeah,
It's actually the small things. Many people feel like, oh, you just need to fix it, and it's easy. Like you just need to get good, or it's the big things. It's small things that really makes a difference for you in the rank. Because you will just win a few more games, but that's all you need to get plat 3, and same for plat 2 and plat 1. it feels like it's so much things you need to fix, but it's just truly these small things that you need to do. That's what will like kind of make your difference in where you will be ranked. Kind of.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the pointers I have for you. I would say just keep trying to fix those points. Like maybe you do them one at a time. Like maybe I think the best way is for you to take one thing at a time, and then really focus on that one thing for a few games at least. I don't know how many games you need, but keep focusing on those things until they kind of come automatically for you. You know?
Well, I'm at almost 600 games, so I guess 600 more would do it.
Yeah, but say like you play say 20 games and you focus on 20 games and you focus really hard on not misstepping in lane. Let's say something like that. 20 games on not misstepping in lane. And
Should be
soon,
cool.
yeah, soon maybe that will come automatically for you to not misstep, right?
Yeah.
Because when you kind of get that automatically, that's when you really know that you've succeeded in learning that. So maybe you should just take one thing at a time, and then they will come to you automatically after some time, perhaps. It's very different for everyone, but maybe that would work for you. I don't know.
No, let's hope so.
Yeah, well, it's a good start at least. So
Yeah.
let's see. Is there anything you want to know or ask or anything, or do you feel like you got what you needed from this coaching lesson?
Well, I don't know. That I have to test.
Yeah, well, it's kind of many things right now, but
Yeah.
did you write them
Just
down, or should I just write quickly in Skype what you should do?
no, I think I will remember it.
Okay, so yeah, just a quick read on again, like going for level 2 in lane and knowing when to concede it, not misstepping in lane, and be careful to make plays in lane when you're behind.
Yeah.
It's the laning phase, and then in the mid game, knowing how to rotate to defend the objectives and towers, setting up this line of vision, and keep on looking at the minimap in reaction to what your teammates are doing, or what the enemy is doing rather.
Yeah.
That's like your main things to focus on right now. That's what I can give you from this game.
Don't screw up.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, exactly. And don't screw up. Don't get caught out warding. Don't get caught out warding when you already have vision kind of around the area. You had your line of vision, so always remember to look on the minimap and know and see where your enemy are. And if you can't see them, just assume that they're in the bush and you won't get caught up. I promise you. Just assume that their whole team is waiting for you there to fucking rape you.
Yeah, that
I guess
was.
that's the best thing for you to do.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, it happens to me too that I get caught out in a bush and like, oh shit, their whole team is here. I'm going to die. It happens even in Master, so it's not too bad. But if you can just avoid that one time in the game, maybe I will change the game for you. It happens.
Just write in chat. Found them.
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, I don't know if it's anything else I want to bring up. I think I kind of got the things I wanted to look at. Yeah, I think I'm done. I don't know if there's anything else you want to know. Like
I don't
that's
know.
what I can give you from this game. Like those things to focus on. That could probably help you get higher up.
Yeah, maybe I'll show you a better game. Because I played
Yeah.
really bad at game.
Yeah, well, we can always maybe have some more closing sessions, but I would say just keep playing sometime now and see. Just focus on these things I told you.
Yeah.
And just keep going and see how far it will take you. And if you have any more questions, just ask me anytime, and it should be fine. I mean, I can just explain to you further in depth if you'd like sometimes. So about those things I brought up today. So
Yes.
those are the main points that you should focus on. I would say just keep playing, just try to use them. I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything more to say. So
Hopefully that helps.
yeah, so should we be happy with the coaching session then?
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop
Hopefully
recording.
helpful.
Yeah, I'll just stop recording then. So thank you everyone for watching. And I hope anyone else got anything out of this, and of course you, Tony. You can also look up this on YouTube later on if you wanna look back at it. As I will
Hey,
probably upload it
I'm on
there.
YouTube.
Yeah, I have 11 subscribers. It's something. Am I right? Oh well. Thanks for watching and thanks for having me in the coaching session. It was real fun.